The mountain morning was quiet until Daniel heard tires crunching across the gravel road outside his cabin. He stepped onto the porch and immediately noticed a black SUV parked near his front gate. Karen, from the Homeowners Association, was already walking toward him. Holding a stack of papers, Karen raised the documents and claimed Daniel was violating community access rules by changing his private entry schedule. Daniel stayed calm and reminded her that the cabin belonged entirely to him. The conversation quickly became tense. 2 local officers arrived minutes later after Karen called authorities. They listened carefully while Daniel explained that no one had legal permission to enter his property without notice. Karen insisted the HOA had emergency access rights. Daniel calmly took out his ownership papers and handed them to one of the officers. Karen's expression changed as the officer reviewed the documents carefully. The silence made the entire porch feel heavier. The officer confirmed that Daniel had full control over access to the property. Karen immediately argued again, saying the HOA needed a permanent backup key. Daniel simply looked at his front door and smiled slightly. That same afternoon, Daniel opened a delivery package containing a new, smart security system. He carefully placed the device near the front entrance, while Karen watched from a distance across the road. The technician explained how facial recognition would secure the cabin. Daniel approved every setting carefully, making sure only authorized faces could unlock the door. Karen remained parked nearby. As evening arrived, Karen returned with another printed notice. She stopped when she saw the glowing scanner beside the door. Daniel waited quietly for her reaction. Karen tried to argue again, but Daniel pointed to the scanner and explained that modern security protected private ownership better than spare keys ever could. Even the officers seemed impressed. When Kara stepped too close, the scanner activated and displayed unauthorized access. The officers exchanged looks, while Daniel quietly closed the conversation. The scanner light turned green only when Daniel stood in front of it. Karen watched carefully as the door unlocked within seconds. The officers now understood why Daniel had chosen technology over argument. Karen insisted the HOA board would review this decision immediately. Daniel calmly invited her to submit any concerns through official legal channels. The officers stepped back, sensing the matter was nearly finished. Later that evening, Daniel reviewed old HOA emails inside the cabin. Several messages showed repeated pressure about access rights over the past year. He began organizing everything carefully. The next morning, Karen returned with another board member. This time, their tone was calmer, but their request remained the same. Daniel listened without interrupting. Daniel explained that private ownership required mutual respect. He reminded them that emergency access could still happen through local authorities if truly needed. Karen looked frustrated. When Daniel referenced county property law, the second board member quietly lowered his papers and listened. That afternoon, Daniel upgraded the camera system covering the driveway and porch. Every movement near the cabin would now be recorded automatically. The new system sent alerts directly. To spawn. Daniel tested every angle carefully before sunset. Late that evening, a motion alert appeared on his phone. Someone had approached the driveway gate briefly. The camera footage showed Karen's SUV slowing near the entrance before leaving again. Daniel saved the clip point to the following morning. Daniel received an official HOA meeting invitation. Agreed to attend. At the community lodge. Several homeowners quietly watched Karen present her complaint. Daniel presented ownership documents and recent security footage. Calmly, several neighbors immediately asked why private access had become such a major issue. Karen struggled to explain why a spare key was necessary without emergency proof. One retired homeowner quietly agreed with Daniel's position. The room shifted noticeably in Daniel's favor. Karen requested a short break before continuing. Outside, Daniel noticed several neighbors thanking him privately. They admitted similar pressure had happened before. Back inside, Daniel proposed clear written access guidelines. The board agreed to review the wording. Karen remained silent for the first time. That evening, Daniel returned home feeling relieved. The scanner greeted him with a green unlock signal again. New email arrived confirming temporary board review. Daniel archived every document carefully. 2 days later, the officers returned, but only to check updated records. They confirmed everything remained compliant. Karen drove past, but did not stop. The board soon issued a formal clarification. Private homes would no longer require backup key submission. Neighbors began updating their own security systems. Daniel noticed several delivery trucks entering the community. Technology had quietly changed the conversation. Karen eventually sent a short email. It simply acknowledged the updated board decision. Daniel closed his laptop and looked outside peacefully. The scanner light reflected softly beside the door. If this HOA story surprised you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below where you're watching from.